And welcome to Glorious Insights. I'm Rain.
And I'm Jessica.
Tonight we have audio on both ends. We almost didn't. I played the opening and then I completely forgot to enable audio. That ends, so audio and an intro would have played, but just no audio. And then I realized I went back and so this time you get to hear the music for the opening properly. I'm Rain, Jess, Twitter, Rain Essery.
I forget what my Twitter handle is sometimes.
It's
Yeah.
Red Laser with a 3.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See, that's because I made that Twitter handle like 15 years ago. Like when Twitter first came out, and then didn't use a long time. So I always forget.
Wait, how long ago did Twitter come out?
Not as long as I initially indicated, that's for sure.
It's like, I don't think it was that old. 'Cause I know at first I thought it was stupid when it came out.
Yeah, me too.
I think
That's why I didn't use it.
I was just getting on board the Facebook train at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took a long time, and there was like a bargain that I had to do with someone.
Yeah.
They would go and they'd subscribe to my thing if I would subscribe to Facebook.
Right.
I'm just like,
right.
nah, that's stupid. That's stupid. Social media is dumb. I still think it's dumb. Not much has changed.
Yeah. Yeah. My feelings on social media have definitely changed quite a bit over the last, I would say, 8 months. That's for sure. I mean, I don't use Facebook like anywhere near like I used to. I'm using it more than I was a couple of months ago, but I mean, I still hardly ever use it.
Yeah, I keep going back and forth, so I'll enable it when I have to, but then I'll go right back and I'll totally disable it again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was going to set up the Promote Screens Facebook page, and I'm like, fuck Facebook, and I left again, and I'm like, let's keep using Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter, for something I was so adamantly against, and it was really stupid, it's status updates. It's Facebook status update feature only.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Twitter is a pretty good platform as well. I mean, the word restriction, of course, drives me crazy, but
But that's what 6 or 7 tweets in a row are for.
True, and well, I mean, even that is terribly, like 6 or 7. Like, well, how many characters is that? Yeah, exactly. Like 1,000 characters. That's my intro. I'm just getting warmed up.
Yeah, like I find that it makes you think a lot more of what you're gonna say.
Yeah, it forces you to be wittier.
Well, it's okay. If I wanted to post a witty update earlier, and I wanted to do it was a reference to that spider thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, this time only with a spider, and the original version of it was longer. It was, I don't know. If I could do the whole thing, but no link.
Right.
Or I could have a link, and I have to make it shorter. So it wasn't quite as funny as what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But it was still,
Yeah. I've really impressed myself a few times. Like, what if I do have a long thought that I need to get out through Twitter? I'll just go over the character limit and then find things to rephrase and tighten up a bit. And it's actually a relatively fun exercise. Like I enjoy it.
Me too. That's what I did with the update. In just under an hour we go live for our second episode of Glorious Insights. Hopefully with a spider as our only bug.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The original one was something along the lines of like, it's under an hour we go live for our second episode, Glorious Insights. Hopefully this time a spider is our only bug or something like that, or something along those lines.
Not quite so smooth.
No, it wasn't quite as smooth, but like when I refined it and edited it down.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice. Whereas like Facebook, you can just post a blob of text.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to think about it, and the next thing you're like, oh fuck, I need to go edit this.
Yeah.
The next thing you're going to edit, but people have already read it, and people don't bother to edit to read your re-edits.
Yeah, that's
but go look at the refined version that I did 5 minutes or later.
Yeah, I don't think there's any notifications for editing either.
There is not. So
Yeah.
people will never know that you did it. Whereas with Twitter, you have to think about it. It won't let you post otherwise.
And there's no edit feed.
That too.
Yeah.
But there is a delete feature.
Yes.
There is a delete feature.
That one's pretty important.
I don't know. I try not to. I think a few months ago, I might have deleted a tweet. It was like the first time I ever did it.
I mean, I've deleted tweets that I like miswrote before, but I've only. I mean, I'm not sure how many times I've done that. Really, not too many.
If I don't tag someone, I'll do that. I'll end up doing that.
Yeah.
So like if I don't tag someone properly, or I don't at someone, or I don't put a hashtag in properly or something, then I'll go back and I'll delete it and I'll redo that tweet and put it out. But it's only ever happened one time where I've actually just deleted a tweet for it never to be seen from again because I said something I maybe shouldn't have said because I was being emotional.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know what that's like.
No, I don't think you'd have any experience with that at all.
No. None whatsoever.
No.
I've been thinking about getting rid of all of my old posts. I don't know. I still can't decide. I think if there was an easier way to do it, I might set them all to private. But
you have to do it all the time, though.
Exactly. And then
A lot of those posts.
Yeah. They are kind of grouped together though, so maybe they won't be that hard. It's not like they're mixed in with a whole bunch of relevant posts. You know, I wasn't crying for hours and then, you know, reading the internet and being like, oh wow, this is really interesting. Let's have an interesting conversation about that. It was mostly just the crying and the typing.
I mean, it's good. It serves its purpose.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You know, like I don't want to delete them because I'm not terribly ashamed of what I said, and you know, like I mean all of it is true for one thing, but you know I was very upset and I said those things, and you know I never regret like telling the truth. Like that's not something that I'm afraid of doing, and I think that like there's inherent value in doing that because it's just, you know, the truth just has more power than lying does. But anyways, like I mean I think that it's I think I'm probably going to leave them, and then hope. But my hope is that if someone reads them and is like, "Whoa, this is crazy," that somebody would talk to me instead of just silently judging me. But of course, most people just do that.
Or just see that it's in the past. I mean, that could be because I mean that was you then. Now,
yeah.
Whereas like when I used, and this is when I was using Facebook, and I had like a whole thing that I sectioned off. So I sectioned off a bunch of people, and I started using them to reach out when I was going through a really rough time for most of this year. And a bunch of last year too, I started doing it. And then eventually this year, like, I don't know, March-ish, I said, I just kind of gave up on that, and I decided to just like reach out to everyone. So there's all these public, well not public, but friend posts that I made that were just like, I don't know. I don't regret making those, but at the same time, it's not something that I really want people to kind of go back and see.
Yeah.
The same kind of lines of view, like anyone new in my life could go and take a look at them. I ended up deleting them all because I'm like, I'm just gonna have a fresh start on here, and then I went and did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if before I do that, I believe I archived my Facebook because there's an option you can go and you can archive everything.
Yeah, I did that too.
That might be a way to do it. Do that, and then if you wanted to get rid of those posts, you could, or you could just mark them.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
To be fair, it's just as much work to go through and delete all those posts.
As it is to private them. Yeah. So I think I probably would set them to private, or maybe, you know, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't. Like the thing is, I think that like the only value that I can think of that there is in them, well, not the only, but I think a key valuable part is that, you know, like if other people go through a similar experience, you know, hopefully they can read about it and understand that, you know, other people have been through something similar and probably feel approximately the same as they do, you know. You know, the people who reached out to me were almost always other people who either had BPD or were with someone, or either currently or previously with BPD, and you know, that was like some of them commented that it you know it helped them understand the situation, what happened to them better, and you know, like they didn't have anybody at that time, so reading my posts helped them gain some perspective on you know, like it's the whole experience. You really get each individual. You spend a lot of time in each part of that grief stage. Really get in deep with each of them. It sucks.
Yeah, and again, healing's not linear. All
Yeah,
that
that's
kind of
for sure.
stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, that's exactly why I sort of risked my blog
Hmm.
for that exact reason. Because I have had that happen where I've unwittingly helped someone by simply expressing what I've been going through, and once in a while you get someone who reaches out, kind of be like, you know, exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, you help me, and you have no idea the people that you impact
Yeah.
by
Yeah. I
simply
really wish more
doing what
people
you're
would.
doing.
Yeah.
What, more people will reach out?
Yeah, and just say, hey, I really appreciate it. Just because, you know, it's like, well, you know, everybody just feels so much better when you do that.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree.
I know it's hard to do though.
Yeah, and that's basically like, I don't know. There's times I've read other people's blogs, and it's helped.
Yeah.
But again, you don't always reach out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at it from that point of view, I like it. I find it weird when I start getting like people who are just randomly subscribing, or
Yeah.
like they start liking your posts, and it's kind of like, oh, especially like with blogging,
Mhm. Mhm.
that that whole tags feature thing. That's when you start using it, you start to get people just kind of.
Yeah. I guess I should look into that. I mean, again, like I'm surprised by how many people read my blog. Like it feels like it should be a relatively low number, but like it's not.
Hmm. The number on mine's not huge, but it's bigger than I thought it was, and for doing absolutely no work to sort of market it and push it out there
Yeah. Yeah.
and to get the word out about it, it's not a horrible number for absolutely no effort.
Jeez, and on June 13th, no, June 12th, I had 218. Oh, it's page. No good. A page views. 111 unique visitors.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. See now, these days I'm down to more appropriate numbers. You know, in the 40s, and oh, that was 70 on that day. But I don't know. Whatever. And I've had a few people comment, but like I've had one or two people who I didn't know comment, and who were not obviously someone pretending to be someone they weren't.
aren't aren't those great?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna post with an anonymous name, make sure you don't use an email address that is registered to, you know, your like Facebook, because I will Google it and I will find you.
And clearly not. I gotta think that the people who leave those kind of comments that that person left,
Mhm.
who use an email to connect to things, don't understand how the comment section works.
Yeah, and you know what's funny
You
too?
can trace these things.
Right next to the email where you pin, it says optional.
Which is why if you want to remain anonymous, one, don't put your email in. Two, make sure you're logged out of your freaking account before you post a comment.
Yeah.
I've only said because I've done that where I tried to remain anonymous and I posted somewhere and
That's funny. It sucks. Yeah, you definitely don't want that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, even IP address resolution is quite accurate, you know? Like, I mean, I can't get a street, unfortunately, but
you're just not
the
trying
Burn-
hard enough.
Burnaby is different. Well, I don't know. I did try pretty hard. Burnaby is different from Vancouver, and you know, like, it resolves to the Shaw Center in Burnaby, as opposed to just like the generic Vancouver. So, you know, like and somebody else has been sending me, well, not anymore, but who's the person who stole things from me. I don't give a fuck. Aki was messaging me, and
Hey, let's keep names out of this.
okay, all right, fine.
Please don't.
Well, this person was messaging me, the one who had stolen things from me, not my ex, and like she sent me a message, but I'm not able to respond. Like she's like I don't know if she well she hasn't blocked me because I'm able to see her Facebook account, but I'm not able to send any messages to her. So she just keeps like writing things to me, saying that I stole her the fan in her laptop. Which I did have and had taken apart because I was trying to fix it. And then I discovered that it was fucking broken as shit. Like there's no, like it requires micro soldering or a new PCB this big broken. No one's gonna fix that. I happen to know people who might fix that, but the stealing thing has kind of ruined my desire to. But anyway, so I was able to figure out ways to respond to her messages even though she had blocked my account, and I was proud of myself for being able to leverage my IT knowledge in such a personal way.
Live in the age of the Internet of Everything, so it stands to reason that we're going to be able to find some way to. There's always some way to connect with someone.
Yeah.
They don't want you to. I say this knowing that there's going to come a time where I'm going to regret having said that. Like that time that you said people, if you don't want them to contact you, there's a way for them to contact you.
Yeah.
After I block people.
Well, like especially the Facebook blocking feature is fucking useless. I saw my ex's face today because of Facebook's because of the way Facebook caches memories. It just totally ignores block settings. So that was
You know what's 100% effective though? Deactivating your account.
Yeah, I know, and like this is why I disabled my Facebook in the first place was to stay away from her and anything that had anything to do with her. So that was pretty fucking annoying for sure. I mean. I don't know what to do about that. Like I know people who are only on Facebook, and I need to talk to people. Not having Facebook was pretty isolating. It was good for a while when I needed to be isolated, but I'm definitely moving out of isolation mode. And that's good.
It's funny that you said it because I find that Facebook is it's the opposite for me. For me, it's isolating. Mainly it's because like I know people and like I have people on there. I have significantly less people on there now.
Yeah.
But like even then like there are times when I want to be social, and relying on Facebook is horrible because people and I just don't communicate through Facebook that way.
Yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately, I'm getting to know normal people, so I'm like, oh, here's my Facebook.
For me, it's like Twitter or text, or there's also Telegram, Skype if you must.
Yeah.
I say that as we use Skype.
Yeah. Well, like when I was at the dispensary, I don't think I told you the full story. I saw the girl there for the first time in a while. I hadn't seen her in a long time. And I was like, well, obviously the time to strike is nigh. And so we do the whole thing, and I buy some stuff, and she says, "Is there anything else that I can get for you?" And I said, "Yes, your phone number," which was the only smooth transition that I could possibly come up with. Everything was just blank until she said that, and I was just gonna leave with that. Fuck it, it's too scary. It's too much. She's too pretty. But so she said yes, but she's like, oh, well, this is my name. I like that her last name is Fair. That seems particularly appropriate given recent events. And yeah, so like that when she gave me her name, in that moment I was like, well, because when I reactivated my Facebook about like a month ago or whatever, I was like, well, maybe I won't. I was thinking of whoop, my laptop is falling. I was thinking of
for you.
yeah, some people do. I let's see. Maybe I should push this back a little bit. That sort of works. Yeah. So like it was funny to me. I was like, well, obviously, if I was gonna get rid of Facebook, now I can't. That's a bit of a shame. We hung out the other day though.
How was
That
that?
girl. It was pretty good, pretty fun. I had a good time. She's funny. She's definitely one of these. She's definitely one of these hippie people for sure. But that's cool, Like she's nice and happy and that kind of stuff and outgoing. So that's nice.
I'm sure that's a welcome change.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't think there's an angry bone in that girl's body. I tell you what.
That you know of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we already talked about bits. She didn't say, "Oh, I have it," which is like the first thing that everybody says to me whenever I meet them now. Fuck. Like a stranger on the street I was talking to for a couple minutes, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got BPD," and I'm like, "Fuck. Do I track with them?"
Have a nice day.
Yeah. I mean, I still had a pleasant conversation with the guy, but I don't think I'm gonna get engaged to him. That's for sure.
Well, I don't know. I'll start setting up this pattern of habits.
He was gay too, so fuck that.
Well, yeah, that's...
And bald. So really, it's none of these things are good. Are working in his favor, I suppose, is a more appropriate way to phrase that.
Well, as far as letting you goes,
Mhm.
but if probably not something that he's interested in.
Yeah. Oh, I also got contacted for a modeling job. I found out after the person contacted me that it was for one of those kinds of modeling jobs. And or I might have to be naked for it. And that sounds pretty cool. I might do that. I think the pay was like almost $200, so can't really shake a stick at that.
No, absolutely.
I was watching the Penn and Teller episode of Bullshit yesterday on prostitution.
Oh, okay. Just make a joke of like the Penn and Teller bullshit episode. Oh, that one. There's only one of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the prostitution one. I like that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good ones, but yeah, that one.
For sure. And there's a few pretty bad ones too. The whole secondhand smoke one is one of those. Or the gun control one. Like I kind of wish they would redo them now with like we have, because it's hard to blame them too much. The information that they had back then was a little bit less clear, but and Penn is a libertarian, so anytime it's like, well, maybe the government should no. And that's always kind of disappointing when he starts going off on that rail.
Yeah, a lot of the episodes, again, it's good, but even on Twitter, it was kind of,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I've seen him talk about a few things. I can't remember what in particular. I mean, I'm sure he said dumb things about gun control. But yeah, it's all a part of growing up and being libertarian. You're going to be wrong about some stuff.
Main thing is being able to admit that you're wrong.
Well, yeah. If you could, then you wouldn't be a libertarian or a conservative.
American.
Yeah, or some brands of. Well, I guess I should say sub-brands of liberal. The one without the T.
Maybe that.
I mean, some of the people who that's right. I was talking to a friend of mine's friend on Facebook a long time ago, and they just hated Sam Harris. Absolutely hated Sam Harris. So he was a racist and bigot and all this other kind of stuff, and sexist and misogynist, blah blah blah. And I like at the time, obviously, in general, I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But I was like, okay, what in particular are you talking about? And she brought it up, and invariably 15 minutes of reading showed that she had misinterpreted what was said. And it's just like she just so totally was completely unwilling to acknowledge that, in a way that, in retrospect, does not surprise me in the least. It's just one of those things. It seems that like some people get really wrapped up in the identity of the whole thing. I care more about the identity than they do about representing the truth or what actually works. To be a liberal, you need to hate Sam Harris, and obviously that's dumb.
Haven't read enough to be able to
Yeah.
to have an opinion on Sam Harris.
Well, let me give you your opinion. I mean,
How about you give me a week and I'll form my own opinion?
sure. I mean, we should definitely talk about Sam Harris next week. That's a fucking brilliant idea, as a matter of fact.
Oh crap!
You should read. What would you read first? You should read. You should read Arya's favorite book, Lying, or you could read. But the book you should actually read is Free Will, for sure. Free Will is probably the most important argument to anyone to read, especially someone with neurological disorders, as a matter of fact.
Hey, no, I mean,
I mean myself.
I think we're in agreement on yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just the book just taught me more about myself than any other book ever has. And there's lots of books that make you feel like they're teaching you things about yourself, but they're just bullshit. And this one, I mean, it's literally the mechanics of how the brain works, and the experience of choice. And that's that is a fucking weird thing that humans have, and that other animals do not.
Well, other animals though, they don't rely on there's no higher thinking. It's all instinct based, which I don't know. Instinct based living kind of sounds good in a lot of ways.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, some people's first instincts aren't so great, and it's the rationalization that
I'm talking about sort of survival instincts, not first instincts. On the other stuff that you're referring to is higher level instinct.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
First instinct being to take stuff that is developable.
Yeah.
Opposed to talking about.
Well, actually, did not belong to both of us. But anyways, if I give something to someone, I don't still own it. But obviously that's not how she felt. So I wonder why. Maybe she was biased.
Could be. Be.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting. And, the way that I've had a dog, a couple, and they're surprisingly intelligent at times, but the rationalization is, man, it has a very unpredictable effect on the outcome of the experiences that people have. I mean, if we if you think about, this is my favorite example, is you can't do that which does not occur to you, and that's just such a the concept of free will crumbles in the front of that statement. Any kind of authoritative free will. Certainly, we have freedom of choice, sort of.
I mean, we also have to start off by defining free will as well. If free will is the ability to make choices from a set of choices that are presented to you, then all right. But if we're talking about free will, again, it goes back to exactly what you were just saying with the whole, you can't do that which doesn't occur to you, and our brains are sort of predispositioned to certain things. If you have certain mental illnesses, then you maybe never get the choices never occur to you that you could do something other than sort of what your brain's been pushing you.
Hmm. Well, in the book Free Will, Sam Harris uses the example of like a serial killer. If every single part of your brain is precisely identical to Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever, you've had exactly the same life experiences. Your brain is precisely identical in every single way. There's no part of you available to resist those urges. He was unable to resist those urges as well. He was uniquely fucked up, but again, like that was the combination of genetics and environment and experience had a powerful impact on the choices that were available to him as he grew up.
Oh, absolutely. Uh, and that's again like the whole idea of being able to seek help for if be, catching these things early on and seeking help for them and getting like proper treatment and medication, that kind of
Yeah,
thing. It is so important
yeah,
to sort
absolutely.
of, and it goes a long way towards that whole idea of free will,
Yeah,
freedom of choice, and being able to see beyond our brain's chemistry,
yeah, yeah.
what our brain lets us see.
Right. So like when it comes to the word free will, most people like being able to choose from the choices that are made available to you is a very, very new way of looking at free will. Most people assume that it means they're free to do anything. Anything is possible, and yeah, people like you and I know that that is not fucking true. Like there are times where you are a passenger and someone else is driving,
Yep.
um,
And it's like
and
I want to reach out, but like there's no part of me
yeah,
that's actually able to do that.
it just can't happen.
So it's just like just because it's just like in that sense, no, there is no free will in that way. I
Hmm.
have freedom to make choices based on what I can do,
Yeah,
but again,
based on the choices that are available to you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're a prisoner of your own brain.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
Yeah, yeah. That's precisely the case, as a matter of fact.
Which is
Well
why
said.
Thank you. Which is why, therapy goes such a long way towards
Hmm.
sort of helping us see choices that we otherwise wouldn't have known about.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's this. This is exactly the thing. Like, it's really very important for external sources to attempt to supply those, the alternative ways of thinking. Um, I mean, it's like even in non-life critical situations, this is why we have brainstorming sessions and that kind of stuff. Like we're just, like one person is just not perfect at thinking of everything.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
When you say you can't predict what's going to happen, you mean just in life in general, or yeah, life has a funny way of sort of just whisking you off to somewhere where you have no idea what was going to happen. Like you, complete and utter chaos. So I think, yeah, or you're just really lousy at predicting the future. You're particularly lousy at it. I don't know. I'm gonna. I don't know. You said you were wrong each and every time, so that was kind of the logical thing of, well, if the odds are not in your favor, if you can't get at least one of them right, you have better luck at rolling a d20. Yeah, just a d20. Just drop it. Well, no, just to throw it out, just to screw with it, there's 20 and a half. Like, you had 20 different ones and not a single one of them was the possible solution. It was something else entirely. But it was option A with a twist. Option A. Option... Yeah. No, it's... I was never good at hex. I was good at... I'm good at binary. Binary's fun. Once I learned how to convert binary, I sat there and converted binary just for fun. And... yeah, I'm like, oh, there's a thing. It's worse when it's like a huge thing like that. A huge, long thing. You can't actually see me because of your window thing, but assume that when I switch my hands to make it look like a long page. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like, you know, like 3 or 4 pages worth of binary code. I was like, oh crap, I guess I'm gonna be here for a while converting all this. Cheater! Cheater! Nope. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how long you were muted for.
Oh, noes. Well, I'm not muted now.
No,
right?
you're not. There's
Okay.
I don't know. It's
No.
muting itself.
Is there a key?
Not for this one, no.
No. Okay. Well, we're back.
So only 4 minutes. It sounds like.
Oh, okay.
Which,
Well, that's good.
well, yes and no. Well, yeah, not sorry for the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I just it wasn't like 45 minutes or something like that.
So
That's-
longer than we've been. Somehow it was muted so much so that like it went back in like 5 minutes to the other one and muted that too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like it went in and changed the sound.
It's the
file
first provable instance of time travel.
I don't know that would work. I think first provable instance of computer self-awareness.
even worse. Even more dangerous.
Didn't like what you were saying, and it's like fuck it, just mute.
The AIs are gonna.
No, I think they're just gonna silence you.
Yeah, maybe. I am their greatest enemy.
Oh, apparently, because I was allowed to keep talking, but apparently weren't, or our conversation was really one-sided. Apparently, so I'm being told.
That's funny.
Apparently,
Well.
a good 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
What are you gonna do? So hey, check and Rochelle. She gave me some stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff, mostly hairs, but in particular, something very excited about. Check this out. Where did it go? There it is. Two things I'm very excited about. One is this, which is a
Ooh,
gorgeously
pretty.
purple nail polish, which I need. What with me being some purple brush.
You don't say.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed. And the other is this, which is clear. I think.
Yeah, it's
with
clear. It'll be
just-
the sparkles to put on top. That'll be the color of the sparkles.
Yeah. Fucking cool as shit. And there's a whole bunch, ton of stuff in here. I sure was stupid for spending like myself. The day $150. Yeah. She works place thing, beauty place, face, makeup thing, salon.
One
There it is.
second.
Oh.
Sorry.
Was it?
I'm just gonna do one thing really quick here.
Okay.
Okay, that should fix the problem.
Oh, the auto muting?
No, not the auto muting. My camera was starting to lag,
Okay.
and if it's lagging on my screen, the broadcast is gonna screw up.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just had to switch to a still graphic for a second, and then switch back over.
Cool. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's right. So, my computer died yesterday. Literally, as I was
What happened?
as my desktop, right as I was walking towards it to put my hard drives in, it just I heard, and then it turned off, and
Oh,
that was it. She's dead, Jim. So the power supply finally kicked out. Is what it must have been. I still have absolutely no explanation for what the fuck those sparks were. No idea whatsoever.
was it just sparks, or did it actually start on fire? Did it actually catch on fire?
I
Were you
think.
saying something about it being like on fire?
Well, the words "on fire" were probably an exaggeration. There were no flames. I didn't
Aw.
put it out or anything like that.
Was
But
there-
But I did smell, melting a circuit board. So like
Well,
it was hot. It got pretty hot.
Your computer had the hots for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So much so that
but-
it died.
Well, no. Then you walked towards it with hard drives, and I don't know. Instead of turning it on, you accidentally turned it off.
Well, no, it was way too excited
But
to have me inside of it. That's what it was.
Okay. Got so excited that it just crashed.
That it overheated.
Yeah, just,
So hot,
it
in
got
fact.
it couldn't handle the heat.
Yeah. It got so hot, in fact, that the solder melted and flowed between the head of two capacitors
Oh,
And-
keep talking dirty to me.
and exploded. The molecular bonds were... No, unfortunately, molecular bonds have, well, something to do with that. A bit.
I could keep going with that, but then this whole broadcast and podcast will take an entirely different turn.
Yeah.
We'll just stop. We'll just cool it there.
Yeah, that's for the chatterbait section that's coming later.
This is news to me.
That was your idea. You came up with it just now. I'm just taking the natural conclusion. I mean, we can get paid cash money there.
It's called advertising revenue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, probably a little. Well, I mean, you get less per click, but the randomness is not quite so bad. Put on a great show for a bunch of poor people. You're not getting paid. Put on a shitty show for a bunch of rich people,
Oh.
or for people who abnormally like you. Then that will work. It seems.
Sorry, 1 second. Just give
Oh.
me a second again.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Not enough RAMs.
Oh no, the computer is fine. I think it's the internet connection. I have a theory as to why.
Uh-huh. Does it rhyme with Corinth?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, I guess it's not torrents then.
It rhymes with Hey Nation. Hey Nation tree.
I'm terrible at this game.
It's called PlayStation. Well, no, actually.
Oh,
No,
oh.
it's not. It's PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
And it's
All
in
right.
the other room, and I believe there was something going on. Anyways, I'm not the only one using the internet connection, and
Yeah.
it's being choked right now. Oh, we're
Right.
back.
Oh, okay, good, good. Yeah, I mean, though, like, your upload shouldn't be too affected by their downloading.
And
If like if they're
not
streaming.
downloading though. If you're gaming online,
Oh, I mean, that uses a tiny amount of bandwidth. It's very latency sensitive, but like
You would think,
even playing World of Warcraft uses 5K, a second. Like it's nothing.
yeah, I know it's weird that my
Mm.
thing's being choked so much right now.
You know what it could be? It could be the router could be configured to use quality of service settings, which
Yeah,
will
that's what I'm
degrade in favor of the thing.
Yeah, it's something that I'll have to get looked into
Yeah.
before tomorrow's broadcast.
Yeah,
Because
time to log
apparently
into
we
that.
keep going offline on the broadcast.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely log into the router and check that. Do you guys have like an actual router, or is it just the modem router all in one piece
I
of?
think it's the modem router all in one.
Ugh, gross.
Oh, apparently we're not back.
I think I offended the Shaw lady slightly. No, I don't want one of those.
I don't know why they would take. I mean, you gotta. Yes, I mean they're not bad.
Yeah, they're better than the Telus ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean they're definitely better than the ones that that Verizon gave out too.
Mm.
Especially back when I worked for them.
Mhm.
But
I mean, really-
it's not as good as having a modem, bridging it, and then connecting it to an actual router.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think a lot of the holdbacks of the modem router combo would be aided if it just had a fucking external antenna. Like just give us one. God damn it, it's annoying. Of course, I managed to get my old D-Link DIR 655 up and running, and I'm fucking happy as shit about that. I don't even have to use that ASUS thing anymore. It's great. I have 3 antennas. 3. And as a matter of fact, my signal quality has gone up now that I bothered to actually notice it. 1 whole bar. Mm-hmm. Look it now?
Yeah, and this bothers me.
Yeah, that sucks.
It says it's live, so it's still registering that there's a feed.
Right. But is it just video?